On Monday, September 9th, a group of state attorneys general from around the nation gathered on the steps of the United States Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. to announce a unified bipartisan investigation into the market power and corporate behavior of Google. This movement is headed up by the state of Texas and Attorney General Ken Paxton.
We have 50 attorney generals from across the nation who are involved in this investigation that we're leading from Texas. While many consumers believe that the internet is free, certainly we know from Google's profits of $117 billion that the internet is not free. And this is a company that dominates all aspects of advertising on the internet and searching on the internet.
In 2018, Google reported revenue of $136.2 billion. $116 billion of that is direct advertising revenue. Over the past 10 years, Google has recorded profits of an average of $9.5 billion per year. Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg is part of the bipartisan coalition that appeared on Monday.
$152 million in activity occurs just in my state alone, coming from Google and the businesses it touches. But we want it to be fair. We want it to be a level playing field.
Digital advertising in our virtual marketplace is supposed to enjoy the same free market principles as other commodities. It is supposed to be a supply and demand based. It's the way that the free market is supposed to work.
As a new mom, when my daughter is sick and I search online for advice or doctors, I want the best advice from the best doctors, not the doctor and not the clinic who can spend the most on advertising.
Following the press conference, Attorney General Ravnsborg took time to speak with a representative of Gray Television about the investigation.
Well, I think that there's been a lot of concern across all the different states, not just my state, but other states as well. We've got a number of complaints, or I would at least call them concerns, from a number of consumers. Are we getting the best product, or do we get the person that pays the most to get to be the top of the search? Well, the searches are free, the advertising clearly is not. And so what is their motivation? We want to take a look at it, specifically their ad practices, and see where the investigation takes us.
How is this going to help the people of South Dakota?
Well, I think this is going to help the people of South Dakota because it's going to potentially increase competition. But I want to be very clear, we're going in with no preconceived remedies. That question was asked about remedies, and we want to see where the information takes us. What are the facts? Not necessarily what we think it is necessarily, but where's it going to take us?
How is this investigation going to aid the pressure on Facebook and Google that's coming from Congress right now?
Well, I think that, first off, there are 50 attorney generals in this. It's bipartisan. Big states, little states, all joining together to find out what the facts are. And if they don't find anything wrong, well, then we don't find anything wrong. Good. But like I'm in the Army Reserves, integrity. Integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking. So I hope that all the other companies are doing the right thing. But if they're not, we're watching and we'll take a look at it.
You've been watching 5 on Friday. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also follow us on Facebook. And while you're at it, click subscribe and follow us on Twitter as well. I'm Tim Borman, Chief of Staff for South Dakota Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.